Embrace it. You do this as long as we have, and whatever it is, 28 series or whatever, and we've never been in this situation. So, got to stay together, stay locked in on things we need to do better, embrace the challenge of protecting our home court, which you've done great all year. And at the end of the day, all we got to do is, win one game here, somehow, some way, whatever game it is. So, that's the old saying, the series doesn't start until somebody wins on the other team's home floor. If we want to get ourselves back into it, it's going to start with a focused effort on Game 3 at home and, get our crowd into it early and try to throw the first punch in terms of, how we come out with the right intention.
During the Steph Curry era, the Warriors have experienced damn near every playoff scenario you could think of. They've been down 3-1 in the conference finals and down 2-1 in the finals not even 10 months ago. Both times, they came back to win. So rallying from deficits isn't something new to these dudes. But going down 0-2 is unfamiliar territory. What was already going to be a difficult Game 3 just got that much harder because the league decided they want to be soft and suspend Draymond for Game 3. NBA Executive Vice President and the head of basketball operations Joe Dumars said Draymond Green's excessive and over-the-top actions and his history as a repeat offender were instrumental in the league's decision to suspend him for Game 3. Dumars acknowledged that Green's behavior in the aftermath of his ejection, including a short period of taunting and further rounding up the Sacramento fans, played a factor. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was courtside for the game and witnessed the entirety of the episode. So you're telling me his actions from past series played a part in his suspension? Really? I've never seen a league openly admitting that they hold past incidents from years ago against you when determining the severity of punishment. Y'all already ejected Draymond from Game 2 during a competitive back-and-forth stretch in the fourth quarter. His ejection 100% affected the outcome of the game. I understand ejecting him for his retaliation to what Sabonis did, but to follow that up with a suspension the next game too? That's excessive, bro. It's obvious they're trying to make an example out of Draymond. It's the only explanation. Sabonis was the instigator, the antagonizer, whatever you want to call it. If he doesn't grab his leg and try to put him in an ankle lock like Kurt Angle, this incident never happens. You may have the NBA world trick, Sabonis, but you can't fool me. I'm familiar with the game. The dude's a dirty player, bruh. He's just unsuspecting, but if you actually watch him, he was baiting the Warriors all night. I already been peeping the antics Sabonis was on before the fourth quarter stomp out by Draymond. Check it out. You can clearly see Sabonis pulling Klay down by his jersey before grabbing Draymond's ankle. No call. And check him out right here, hitting Looney with a power driver. Cleared him out for an offensive rebound. No call. As much as people want to bury Draymond and call him a dirty player for what he did, Sabonis is the type of dude you really gotta watch. Now, should Draymond have stomped out old boy like he owed him money? Probably not. But at the same time, how would you react if someone's grabbing your ankle and preventing you from getting down court? And for all you suckers that's lying saying that's a basketball play, trying to justify it, try doing it to somebody in a pickup game and see what happens. Losing Draymond was costly down the stretch. They were tied with just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth. But without Draymond, they didn't have an answer for Fox's Sabonis. They had Looney in hell trying to guard Fox getting downhill. Once he had Looney backpedaling, he'd just get to his mid-ranger. Kings are comedy, man. They really went on the arrest Draymond campaign post-game. And then they added to the gamesmanship by having Sabonis undergo x-rays on his ribs. It's all a part of their push to try and get Draymond suspended for Game 3. And the sucker shit worked. It's 2016 all over again with the other team trying to go out of their way to bait Draymond. Get the response, then turn around and campaign for a suspension. But hey, Draymond apparently keeps falling for it, so why not? A lot of the Warriors' problems through 2 games have been self-inflicted. It's obvious the Warriors got some adjustments to make. Luckily, a lot of their problems are fixable. Let's start with the rebounding. The Warriors' biggest problem in Game 1 was a lack of effort on the glass. The Kings ranked 23rd in the NBA in the regular season, averaging 9.5 offensive rebounds per game. And yet they had 17 in Game 1 for a 40% offensive rebound rate. The Warriors were ball watching every time a shot went up. You can't give a young talented team that many second chance opportunities. They're gonna make you pay. Game 2 wasn't too much better. Even though they had the same amount of total rebounds as a team, they still gave up 20 second chance points to the Kings. The obvious adjustment is the Warriors need to do a better job boxing out and game rebounding. If you can't grab it yourself, just tap it to an open teammate. I know he just got back, but now that he's had a few games under his belt to get his win back, the Warriors are gonna need last year's playoff Wiggins to make an appearance. He was a monster on the boards last season, and the Warriors desperately need his presence on the glass. While we're on the topic, Wiggins has looked good so far. He played 28 minutes off the bench in his debut and 39 in Game 2. He was active defensively. I counted like 3 or 4 impressive help side blocks from Game 1 alone. He's been knocking down his mid-range pull-up, shooting with confidence, although his three-point shot still isn't there. But back to these adjustments, man. The Warriors gotta chill with the turnovers. Mike Brown's game plan, putting 2 on the ball for every screening action, was forcing a bunch of live ball turnovers, fueling the Kings' fast breaks. The Warriors had 20 turnovers, and 11 of them were live ball turnovers. The points off turnover advantage was 25-9 in favor of Sac. Golden State had a 23.5 turnover rate through 2 games. The league average is 14. Steph and Draymond specifically gotta be cool, bruh. They gotta be better at limiting turnovers, especially the careless, unforced ones. Through 2 games, Steph Curry and Draymond Green have a combined 23 assists to 19 turnovers. That's a big problem. The 9 first quarter turnovers in Game 2 was some of the most careless basketball I've seen these dudes play this year. In these 2 games, the Warriors have had 37 turnovers, resulting in 41 Kings points. For comparison, the Kings have 27 turnovers, resulting in 14 Warriors points. If that turnover discrepancy stays the same, the Warriors aren't winning the series. You can't just give the best offense in the league this much help scoring and expect to win. Look, the Warriors gotta run more pick and roll, and with Draymond out, that's what I'm expecting. Mike Brown has his guys playing some great defense, but it's hard for me to believe the Kings can get consistent stops if Curry's spamming pick and roll against mismatches. The Kings have 0 rim protection. The Warriors have to do a better job generating good looks at the rim and not settling for 3 so much. Playing Kuminga more can help generate more rim pressure. His athleticism and vertical spacing is much needed for the Warriors to expose this Kings defense. Kuminga's going to be on the floor, he has to rebound better. There's no way around it. The Warriors already lack size off the bench, and with Draymond out, crashing the glass is going to be a point of emphasis for Joku. The Warriors got to run Alex Len off the floor, bro. Through the first 2 games, he's played 21 minutes and was a plus 17. It's no excuse for the Kings being able to get away with playing Len, bro. In years past, Len would be the exact type of big man the Warriors used to make him playable. The fact that he's even been able to make an impact is a problem. Put him in pick and roll and make him guard in space every second he's on the court. Watch how quick Mike Brown gets him off the floor. The Warriors haven't done a good enough job exposing weaknesses. The Kings play a lot of guys who aren't good defenders, but the Warriors let them off the hook by not making them guard. So those are my adjustments the Warriors need to make. Now when I talk about what's concerning about the matchup so far, I think the place to start is the non-Curry minutes. The Warriors are getting smoked whenever Steph sits. Through the first 2 games, the Warriors are a plus 14 in Steph's 77 minutes and a minus 23 in 19 minutes without him. The Warriors bench just hasn't produced. And that starts with Poole. Before I continue, I do want to say mad respect to JP for playing through injuries all season and doing everything he can to be available for his team, even though his ankle is compromised. Poole played all 82 games this season. I don't want that to go unappreciated because his availability was essential to get through the regular season, with Steph and Klay missing time. But the Warriors can't afford for JP to get outplayed by Monk off the bench. That's the swing matchup right there. Poole's supposed to be the better player, but he hasn't been in the series. Malik Monk's been having his way, bruh. We got a dude looking like prime Mitch Richmond or something, man. It's crazy. Monk's a tough cover for our guards. He's quick and athletic. Dante, Wiggins, Kuminga, they all look kind of shaky guarding him. He's a handful coming off screens getting downhill. But Golden State did a better job in Game 2 keeping him off the free throw line. He had 14 in Game 1. And only 4 in Game 2. Golden State has to continue to keep him down, but then again, he is due for a 2 for 11 stinker on the road. Poole needs to figure out other ways to be effective, because if he's not giving you anything offensively, he's borderline unplayable. He only played 15 minutes in Game 2 and didn't see the court in the 4th quarter. You just can't close with Poole right now. He's too mistake prone at the end of games, and he gets picked on defensively. Hopefully, this extra rest day between Games 2 and 3 will be enough for Poole to get his ankle right. Also, we're playing at home, so I'm expecting a bounce back Poole game anyways. I gotta give Mike Brown credit. He has his guys well prepared. So far through 2 games, the Kings have played some great defense. His defensive schemes are tailor-made to all of our tendencies and weaknesses. So far through 2 games, Mike Brown has outcoached Steve Kerr. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that's how it's gonna be the whole series, but as of right now, through these 2 games, Mike Brown has coached circles around Steve. From his game plan to his execution, the Kings have looked like the better, more disciplined team. Credit to Coach Brown for having his guys prepared. The Kings are blowing up all the Warriors' sets and plays. Mike B knows everything they run, and he's done a great job to this point exploiting it. Looking ahead at Game 3, I think the Warriors should start Steph, Klay, Wiggins, Kuminga, and Looney. You put Wiggins on Fox out the gate and have a GP2 matchup with Monk off the bench. Between GP2 and Wiggins, one of those 2 has to be on Fox at all times. I don't trust anyone else in that matchup. Look, man, this is it. The Warriors are facing a must-win game, looking at a potential 0-3 hole if they lose. Golden State has 0 margin for error left. So just to recap, the adjustments I want to see in Game 3 are limited turnovers, run more pick and roll, attack the basket, expose Sac's poor rim protection, box out and play with more physicality on the boards. I know the odds are stacked against them, especially with Draymond's suspension, but I still have the Warriors winning the series. Like I said earlier, man, they've been in more dire situations than this, and have found ways to pull it out. I will admit they are in trouble, but they're not dead yet. I'm rocking with my squad till the wheels fall off. I got them completing a comeback and winning this series in 7. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all. If you stuck around this long to the video, I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. I got more content on the way, so stay tuned.